have Graedon Crouch, who's joining us from Cheltenham. He works here in Malvern at QinetiQ, and he is going to talk to us about Möbius strips and the mathematics involved in that. Graedon, how are you today?
Hi, Adrian. Thank you very much. It's a huge privilege for me to be here contributing to Malvern Science in the Park today. The activity that I'd like to do today involves Möbius loops. And you may not be familiar with what these are, but a Möbius loop is a special type of loop that has only one side. If I show you a normal loop here, this is a little loop of paper, you can see that it has two sides. It's got an inside and an outside. And if I take my finger and trace that all the way around, I get to the point at which I started without taking my finger off. But that doesn't apply to the inside. I have to take my finger off and trace around again in order to get where I started. However, a Möbius loop is different. So if I take this piece of paper here and put it into a loop, now instead of just putting it together like this, if I put a twist in it and put the Möbius loop together like that, you'll see it makes this sort of shape. And this shape has only one side. So something you can do at home, if you want to make one of these separately, you can then take a felt tip and trace all the way around, and you'll come back to where you started without taking your felt tip off the paper and covering all pieces of the paper because it only has one side. Now, if we take two of these shapes and stick them together, we can make a couple of Möbius loop love hearts, and I'll show you how to do that now. Hopefully on the website, you will have been able to download this file and print that out. And this particular template here is got enough strips to make two Möbius loop love hearts. Now, we'll cut these out now, but you'll see on the top here that they have a number of arrows. And these arrows, there are two that go counterclockwise and two that go clockwise. So we'll cut these out now, but it's really important that you don't cut where the scissors are. You need to cut, that comes later. You need to cut here where the dark lines are. So if you cut two of those out, one with a different arrow, so one clockwise and one anti-clockwise, that's the first part of the activity. So I'll cut these out now, and hopefully you can follow along at home as well. But as I'm cutting these out, when you're following along, if you miss something or you didn't quite get a step, there are videos that explain this on YouTube as well. And there's a number of these, but I would recommend you check out Matt Parker. Now, Matt Parker is an excellent mathematician, and he runs a YouTube channel and website called Stand Up Maths. And he was actually the inspiration for me to come up with this particular activity. So if you Google Matt Parker, Stand Up Maths, and Möbius loop love hearts, you'll be able to find a video that he's done and put on YouTube. So I'm just finishing cutting these out now, and you should end up with two strips like this. And it's really important that you have the different arrows at the top. So the first Möbius loop we're going to make is take one of them, and at the end here, you'll see a little area where it says glue here. So all you need to do is take your glue stick and apply a little bit of glue just here like that. And take your Möbius loop, and before you stick it down, you just need to put a twist in it and stick it together. So that's the first one made. Now we'll take the other one, and again, we'll take our glue stick, a little bit of glue at the end here. And now we'll take this as well, and again, we'll put a twist in it, but it has to be in the opposite direction. This step is really important, because if you don't get the twist in the opposite direction, unfortunately, this won't work. So you should end up now with two loops. And you have to check at this stage to make sure you've got them in the opposite direction. Now, if I hold these up to the camera like this, you can see that the twist in the pieces of paper run in the opposite directions. Now, if your Möbius loops look like this, you've got it right. If you hold it up and your Möbius loops look in sort of the same direction, not like that, but if they look like this, if they're running in the same direction, then unfortunately you'll have to unstick one side and twist it in the opposite direction. So now hopefully you've got two Möbius loops with the loops running in the opposite direction. Now halfway across, you'll see another little area where it says glue here. And what we're going to do is put glue on one of them and take the other Möbius loop and stick this together at right angles to the first one. So we'll take our glue stick and pop some glue there where it says glue here. Now we'll take our two loops and we will stick them together. Kind of hard to demonstrate on camera now, but you can see that they're stuck together at right angles. Now, this doesn't look very impressive by itself, but what we're going to do now, and this is where the dotted line and the scissors come in handy, we're going to cut both of these loops in half. And hopefully, if I've done it right, then we should end up with two Möbius loop love hearts. So you might need an adult for this step, but if you can start anywhere, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to start where the scissors are here. We'll just fold that in half a little bit so that we can make a little cut like that. And then we can poke our scissors in and start cutting around on the dotted line. Now, you need to cut through where it's stuck together, all the way through that. So keep cutting through. You need to take your scissors out and reinsert them. And just gently keep on cutting until you come back to where you started. And again, this doesn't look very special, I don't think. But what we'll do is now cut the second Möbius loop. So the second Möbius loop is this one here. It's already sort of in half. But if we start here at the very bottom and we cut through again, all the way on the dotted line, and now hopefully they should come apart just like that, and you have two love hearts that appear out of a Möbius loop. Adrian, hopefully some people got something out of that today, and again, it was super to be here and contributing to Science in the Park, and I wish you all the best for the rest of the day.
Thank you very much, Graedon. That was fantastic. Hopefully we'll get some photos on social media and we can have a look at how well people have done. So we'll see. But you look like you've well practiced at it.
Yes, I have. And I look forward to anyone that wants to post something on social media. Thanks very much, Adrian.
Thanks ever so much. See you again soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.